Hey YouTube, my name is Bowen from Pure Investments, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the 9 rules of crypto trading that brought one trader from 1K to 46K in under a year, around 8 months, and more than that. It should be mentioned that the trader was not me, and I would like to mention that, but it was in fact one of the founders of Pure Investments LLC, Miles. And before I talk about that, if you could just give a like right down below, it would help us out a huge amount. So Miles, who started the company, started off with about $1,000, which he put away from taking 10% of his paycheck and squirreling it away for a while until he had $1,000. And then he started out trading, and in around 8 months, 8 to 10 months, he made up to $46,000. Yeah, he made $46,000. During the same time frame, he had started the community, which at the time was a community and not a company as it is now, Pure Investments. And he had a member named SP, who went under the pseudonym SP at that time, who started out trading with $40,000. It was a much bigger term trader than Miles was. And SP ended up going from $40,000 using these 9 rules to $1 million in the same time frame, and actually a little bit shorter of a time frame than the time frame that Miles went from $1,000 to $46,000. So let's jump right in to what these 9 rules are. The first one is only investing what you can lose. You have to remember that whenever you're investing in a volatile market, you have to be willing to lose 100% of it. So while investing in some things that have been proven and have a track record to do well over time or are much more stable, cryptocurrency is new and it is very volatile. But really in any investment, and especially in trading, which are two different things, you really need to be able to lose everything you put in. That means if you put in $10,000 and you lose it all, you should be able to say, okay, it was a chance I was willing to take, rather than, oh damn, I really needed this. Trading should always be taken with risk. There's no guarantees. There are hacks. There are just losses, normal losses. There are forgotten passwords. There are things that can happen. So you really need to make sure that you are ready to take that loss. The second tip is always paying attention to Bitcoin. If you're trading altcoins and cryptocurrencies, the cryptocurrency market, then you'll know that Bitcoin controls the market. While some altcoins are kind of tied to Bitcoin, when Bitcoin goes this way, the altcoin also goes this way. When one goes up, the other one goes up. Some are the inverse. And knowing which ones are which at which times are really important, and trading appropriately. So if Bitcoin is skyrocketing, you should be in alts that are going to be skyrocketing even more in relation to Satoshi value. They're going to be going up and up. Versus if there's one altcoin that goes down and Bitcoin skyrockets, getting out of that one when Bitcoin's going up and getting back into it when Bitcoin's going down is really important. Also watching USD, not watching USD because it stays one USD, but watching which cryptocurrencies relate to what their bases. What I'm trying to say is some cryptocurrencies are traded with Bitcoin as their base pair, the majority of them as a matter of fact, but some are traded with Ethereum as their base pair, a smaller amount, and a very rare few are traded with USD. Knowing the distinction between the three is very important. The next rule is never putting all of your eggs into one basket, aka diversifying. You'll hear this with any investor from any sort of branch of investing. Diversifying is essential to maintaining a proper portfolio. How I like to tell people is if you're invested in 10 things and you are right 7 out of 10, and 7 out of 10 of them are doing well, and 3 out of 10 are not doing well, you're still doing better than you are doing poorly. Versus if you invest in one thing and it happens to be one of those 3, you're going to be losing everything. You're not going to be gaining anything at all. So it's better to not take that chance and diversify into a few investments you think are a great idea. And it's true in trading as well. So trading is not investing based off of fundamentals. It is trading short term, but it's still very appropriate. You don't want to go all in on a trade and then lose 5, 10, 20% in comparison to when you could go 10% of your total portfolio into that trade and lose 5 or 10% and then be able to make that back with the rest of your money, compared to if you go for $100 down to $50, it's a lot harder to get back up to $100 than if you take $10, go down to $5, you now still have $95. See what I'm saying? Next rule, that's pretty essential, is don't be greedy. Setting selling points for yourself is essential. So you say, when this goes up 10%, I'm selling, or when this goes up 50%, I'm selling, 100%, I'm selling, or I'm selling a certain portion of it. This is really essential for trading and less essential for investing, but still really important, not being greedy. While you can sell for 30%, and that's fantastic, some people want to hold for 40, 50, 200%, but that can often lead to losing profits, losing potential profits, I should say. So if you could sell for 30%, yes, there's a potential it goes up 200%. It's also potential then goes down 50% from where you bought in. And would you rather be in the red or guarantee your profits? As one of our writers said so excellently, no one ever lost money taking a profit. You will always make money taking a profit. The next really important rule is don't invest blindly. Not investing blindly is really essential because if you're investing blindly, you're not investing. Investing is putting your money somewhere where you think it will appreciate in valuation based off of owning a share or valued at something that you think the valuation will increase. So if you're investing blindly, you're not investing. You're just putting your money somewhere and hoping. Hoping is not an intelligent way to invest. So take your fundamentals. Take the team you like. Take the community you like. Whatever it is, take that and use that to your advantage. Rather than saying, this looks good enough. It's worth the 2 hours or full day or full 2 days of research to put your money somewhere that you can really trust is going to do well. Don't just listen to things saying that they will do great, because usually if something says it will do great, it's trying to rip you off. The sixth rule is don't FOMO. FOMO stands for fear of missing out, and FOMOing is when something is going up and you buy in because it's going up. If something's already up 20%, if you FOMO in, you didn't gain that 20%. Now you're just at a high waiting for it to go back down. So not FOMOing is really essential. While it may make you miss out on some profits, like when Verge went up, I forget, a crazy huge amount. I think it went up 13,000 times or something like that. Yeah, buying it 100% up, it will help you. But the majority of cases, when something goes up, it's going to come right back down. So FOMOing is really a bad thing to do, and you want to get in before the FOMOing. A great example of this I actually have pulled up is right here. Bitcoin was kind of, looking back in time a little bit, Bitcoin, I'm just going to start here because I started arbitrarily here, for 20 days had this bear period, then had an 80-day bull period to a 36-day bear period, so you know it's 20, 36 or so. Then this became 50-day bull period, 14 days, so you notice we're kind of shortening in time frames. We're going up to a 55-day bull period, and a 4-day bear period. That's it, just 4 days, to a 26-day bull period. And so if you invested in this time, you made a great amount of money, 200%, which is fantastic. But that being said, if you held throughout all this, and then again, 3-day bear period, back up to another 6-day bull period. If you held through all this, you then came to lots and lots of red. So FOMOing in is not a good idea in comparison to looking back here and saying, look at that. It's going up. It went down. I should probably buy here because it looks pretty low. And yeah, you may sustain this, 20% loss. But you know you're going to get given to? You're going to get given an 80, 100, a 200, a 300% increase in valuation. Buying low, selling high. Buying when people are fearful. Buying people are fearful, selling people are greedy. Had to make sure I was saying that right. I said that wrong before. It's very important for trading and not jumping in when a thing looks like it's going upwards, because that means it's going to come back down. The seventh thing is categorize your investments. Look at the long picture. So when you're taking your investments into account, you want to look at why you like each one and where each one is going. So there's many different types of cryptocurrencies. There are infrastructure and healthcare and medicine and peer-to-peer trading and lots of these healthcare and trading. There's actually a lot of cryptocurrencies. There's all these different cryptocurrencies, and you want to look at the purpose of each one and why you're investing in it. Is it a good team? Is it a great vision? Is it great publicity? Good track record? Great execution? Great fundamentals? What actually makes it an excellent cryptocurrency? What makes it valuable in a way that you actually want to invest in it? Or trade in it, as the case may be. And also look at the long picture. A great example is something that Miles said a while back. Miles said, I'm investing in BNB. I think it's going to go up. And he invested in it, and it went up around, now this was a while ago, keep in mind. But it went up around 10%, and then it dropped down 20. So he ended up being around 20 and about 10% loss. But because this was an investment rather than a short-term trade, he held through and he did not set a stop loss, or if he did, it was lower than that. And he held through that 10% loss, ended up going up around 4 or 5 times from there when he then sold out. And that was trusting his research. He did research and he trusted it, which leads to trusting yourself. Categorize your investments, look at the long picture, and then trust yourself. The 8th rule is always learn from your mistakes. Never accept a total loss. Even if you lose 95%, take it as a learning rather than taking it as a loss. So while I did tell you that Miles went from $1,000 to $46,000 in under a year, around 8 months, what I didn't tell you yet is when he first started trading, he went from that $1,000 to around $300. So he lost a lot of his money, around 65% of his money, or more, 68% of his money actually. But he didn't stop there. He took all that as a learning. He processed the information, and then he took that $300 that he then had and made it into $46,000, which is a huge percent growth. He took the mistakes he made from trading, not setting stop losses, using emotion, etc., the rules we've talked about so far, and continued those. Continued using those skills to hone them in, and now look where he is. The last rule, number 9, is about active trading. If you're doing any sort of active trading, set stop losses. If you're not investing based off of fundamentals, right? Investing is waiting for appreciation, whereas trading is a short-term thing just for technical analysis or news. If you're trading, set stop losses. If it goes down, if you're expecting 15% return, you don't want more than a 5% loss. 3-to-1 ratio is safe-ish. That's up to you. But you want to set stop losses. You want to have that guaranteed, I won't lose any more than this, because it's way worse to lose 30% than it is to lose 5%. It's way worse to lose 5% than it is to lose 3%, etc. You really just want to stay safe and set those stop losses. Thanks for watching, guys. Those are the 9 rules that made one trader, one of the founders of Pure Investments LLC, go from $1,000 to over $46,000 in under a year. If you liked the video, please leave a like below and leave a comment if you have anything you want to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.